I keep forgetting to press that one button. Hey, Linda, how's everybody doing this evening?
Hey.
So tonight we had a poll. We were gonna, we were pulling towards talking about the cures, but I did a poll because a couple people mentioned um, they wanted to touch on doing it alone. So I put the poll up, and overwhelmingly 80% wanted to talk about doing it alone, and 19% for the cure. So we're going to save that, the cures, for next time. And for those of you who are new to the Let's Talk Autism, what this is our online social gathering where we discuss things that have to do with our loved ones on the autism spectrum. We're here to learn, share, and support one another. If you have something you want to share, just throw it in the chat. If you are a parent taking care of a loved one and you can help support someone in the chat, feel free. But tonight, our focus, we can talk about everything else also, but our focus is going to be doing it alone. And I want to invite anyone up on the panel if you are in that situation where you are raising a loved one on the spectrum alone, and if you like to talk about and share your story. And for those of you who don't know me, I am Nita. I am one of the admins of this wonderful establishment.
And hi, everyone. I'm Linda.
Okay, I'm gonna put the link in for Mr. Charles. I see Mr. Charles in there. And for anyone else, if you'd like to come up and share about doing it alone, are you doing it alone by choice? Was there a divorce and uh, the other parent just didn't want to help or doesn't want to help? Um, let's share. Let's talk about it. Let's see who's here. Hey, Teresa. There's Beth. Hi, Matthew. How are you? Hey, Stephen. Of course, there's Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, I put the link in the chat for you. Hi, Julie. Cheryl, how are you? There's Pammy. Hey, Pam. I hope Ralph is doing okay. Hey, Sarah. You're welcome. Lisa, how are you? Sam, I'm doing good. Okay. Matthew says sending love, watching from the UK. Okay. All right. So again, the topic is doing it alone. And I hope some of you, you don't see the link. Let me try it again, Mr. Charles. Let me try one more time. Okay. You see it now? So who wants to start us off? Is like I said, are you doing it alone? Is it by choice? Was there a divorce, or did you have a significant other, spouse, or the parent just walk away because your loved one was autistic? Um, are are you a grandparent who is taking care of a grandchild who is on the spectrum because mom and dad maybe just can't do it or for some reason or another? So if you'd like to share, if you'd like to start off, feel free. You can type in the chat. If you'd like to come up on the platform, feel free. We are open. And how are you today, Linda? What's going on?
Hey, I'm doing good. How is everyone else?
Doing good. How's Emily?
She's doing good.
Good.
Yeah, she's doing good. It's the weather's kind of cloudy today,
Oh
so it's kind
yeah.
of like one of those lazy days
Oh yeah. This weather has
for
been
us.
getting to me. And
Uh,
up and down, girl. Up and
oh,
down.
yeah. our heat finally disappeared, so I mean it left, so we have our fall days now, which is
Okay.
nice, but we don't have any sun today. Oh, look like the sun is coming out right now.
Oh, peeping out, huh?
All day, yeah, just now. Yeah, I'm starting to see the sky.
Mr. Charles, are you there? We don't see you. Maybe a bad connection. So Beth says, my situation may be a little different. From birth, I had my grandson for 10 to 12 hours every day. I had therapists 3 times a week and have taken him to and from his ABA center 2 hours a day for 5 years. Oh, you are awesome, Grandma. Awesome. Now, is that because, is it your son or daughter works? Um, let's see. Here's Mr. Charles again.
Yeah.
Now we
Hey,
can see you.
yeah. At first, I was off camera and couldn't hear what anybody else was saying either.
Oh, okay. Lisa says, my daughter Carrie is a single mom. My granddaughter is Alice, who is on the spectrum. Carrie has just me and her sister as main support system for her and Alice. Okay. Now, yeah, we want to dive into it. Now, is this because of divorce? Did the other parent not want to be involved because of the diagnosis? Or did the other parent just disappear even before the diagnosis? So Julie says, my ex won't accept my daughter's diagnosis. Wow. It was a late diagnosis and he fights things every step of the way. I do have a great husband now who is very supportive. Oh, that's good. We have two on the spectrum and completely opposite from each other. Okay. So
Yeah.
does your ex contribute to, even though they feel this way, does your ex spend time with the child, or is it solely you and your husband? His parent, okay, your son, my daughter, and oh, okay. His parents work, yes, my daughter and her husband. Okay. Your daughter.
Right. Yeah. My daughter raised 2 kids as a single parent too, and my grandson, who we believe is on the spectrum, but he's never been evaluated. But uh, again, that was a result of a divorce.
It was because of the diagnosis,
Well, no,
or
the divorce
never
had nothing to do with the
do it? Oh,
diagnosis.
okay, okay,
That was another problem.
okay. Okay. Pam says, I feel like I do it alone. My husband works full time, so he is tired when he comes home. There's a lot he doesn't know because he never participated when Ralph was little and people were in our house. He wants a divorce, so I guess I am for sure will be doing alone more now. Oh, Pam, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
that's really too bad. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. Big hugs and prayers to you. Mm.
You know, fathers who take themselves out of their children's lives are missing out on a grand privilege. I can attest to that. I mean, the relationship I have with my daughter to this day, because of bonding early and staying close, staying in her life.
Mhm. Linda, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. The dogs kept
Oh,
starting to make
okay.
noise and stuff, so I had to go on mute. But I'm here.
Okay. Um, Sam says, I am a single mother of 4. 3 of my kids were diagnosed with autism, and I have been doing it alone since they were babies. I do have a lot of community support. So, Sam, are you doing it alone by choice, or because they because well, I guess what I'm looking for is uh did the
Well, she
other
does
one,
say single mother.
right? Are you doing it alone by choice, or because the other parent walked out because of the diagnosis? And do you co-parent? Are you doing more of the parenting? Hello, Rihanna. How are you?
Hi, Rihanna.
Rihanna.
He does, however, it makes things very difficult since he don't agree with okay, still there, but he doesn't agree with the diagnosis.
And in some ways, that can be worse than a parent who has nothing to do with the child.
So the other thing I would ask for those doing it alone, what are some of the major challenges you face? And where are you looking for support? How do you get support? Um, what are some of the challenges? Let's just go there. What are some of the challenges by being a single parent with no support from the other parent? And Teresa says, my son father has not been in my son life for 13 years. Wow. He chose his job in another country, then being a father. The only people are in my son life is my family and my brother, co-workers, and my neighbor. Okay, so you do have support. Can you share some of the challenges with doing it by yourself? I mean, although you have support, what are some of the challenges that you are faced with um, raising a child on the spectrum alone? Um, Lisa says Alice's dad has not contacted for over a year since the birth of Alice's half brother. He obviously does not accept Alice's diagnosis. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, what I was wondering is it they're not accepting the diagnosis because they refuse to see it, like they don't believe their child shows the symptoms, or are they in denial?
Right.
And sometimes it may be they don't want to accept it.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering in these cases.
And then if they don't want to accept it, you would think why walk out of their lives?
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna put the link in again, just in case if anyone wants to come up and share their story. Now I'm looking for some single dads. Are there any single dads in the chat? We want to hear more from the men. Any of you guys doing it alone? If you're out there listening, come share with us. Um, Beth says it's getting a little scarier for me. He's 7. When he gets upset, he may throw something. Okay. As he gets bigger, I hope this grandma can keep up. And
Yeah.
that would be another question too to you guys. You're doing it alone. You're facing challenges, real major challenges. Have you thought of another plan when they get older? And Linda, can you take over so I can go start my
Sure.
coffee?
Yep.
Be right back.
Yeah. I can't drink coffee after, well, I would say after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, really. I've got to, leave caffeine alone. Uh, you know, if I want to be able to get a good night's sleep.
um, something small on my. This is the one. Let me see which one. Yeah, this is the one she just read, right? From Beth. It's hard. Oh
Yeah.
no, wait. It's hard. Yeah, hard being grandma. Sometimes as mom, my daughter and I don't agree, but I feel after 7 years alone with him, I've learned a lot. My grandson also has rectal prolapse issues, which is kind of scary thing for him, which is already a situation anyways with autism and potty training and things like that to have another um, situation. So yeah, I'm not sure if either one of them said yet about the reasoning. Is it denial, or is it that they really don't believe that they have autism?
Yes, today we live in a time when people, uh, if people don't want to believe something, they choose not to believe it, no matter what source it comes from. People, if a conspiracy theory tells somebody what something they want to hear, they'll believe the conspiracy theory that comes from who knows who, from who knows where, over reports from reputable scientists who put their names on it.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
that's kind of like if you search something on Google, if you want to find, you can almost always find the answer you're looking for if you look long enough. Doesn't make it the right answer, but there's so many things out there that you could probably find something that agrees with your thought, no matter what it is. But yeah, some people, and then they won't listen to it until they hear, those words or the reasoning that they have.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. I'm emotional today because Ralph isn't feeling good.
I'm sorry.
Well, I hope not.
We will probably end up in the hospital next week. Oh,
Well, let's hope not.
yeah, let's hope not. Sorry, he's not feeling good, and hope he feels better real soon.
Hope so.
Did you have one you wanted to put up, Linda?
Oh, no. I accidentally hit that one. I'm scrolling
okay.
on here. Sorry.
Lisa says it's sad because sometimes Alice says daddy and names the dogs he has.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sam says the father has not been involved since my twins were 8 months old, not because of their diagnosis, just because he didn't want to. Okay.
Yeah. Guys like that,
Okay,
they don't
one
know
more
what
time.
not
I'm going
being
to
in
get
their
my
children's
coffee.
lives.
Okay.
Guys who choose not to be in their children's lives do not know what they are missing out on. Whatever the reason is why they choose not to,
Mm-hmm. Julie says he doesn't agree with treatments, occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, or ABA. Makes it difficult doing the IEP. So does he believe the diagnosis if that his child has autism, or does he believe it but he doesn't like the therapies or the treatments? And then that's where I went.
Treatments. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, the link is in the chat. If anyone wants to come up, you're more than welcome to come up and share your stories. Beth says, if my mouse can go over here. Okay. It's hard being grandma all day. Sometimes my mom, my daughter, and I don't agree. But I feel after 7 years alone with him, I've learned a lot. My grandson also has rectal prolapse issues, which is kind of scary thing for him. Yeah,
I imagine it would be. Yeah.
Imagine. Hey, Teresa.
Hello.
Hi, Teresa.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. So, you want to share your story, Teresa? You have something to add?
I think yesterday I signed my son and I up to make pies at my church. We were at the farmers market yesterday and they had music going on, and my son had a meltdown because of the music, and I got people staring at me and telling me to take him home.
Oh, wow.
All because they were playing loud music and he did not like it. I had him cover his ears up.
Mm.
and then before we headed back to go back to the church and finish making pies.
Wow.
I told him, like, if you don't like it, you can leave, go
Mhm.
somewhere else, and just leave him alone. He's not
Right.
bothering you. He's not bothering anybody else. We're just here visiting family. Because my mom works for does our local farmers market.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the need.
Go there and visit them.
You know, I have to question the need so many people feel to play ear-splitting music anyway. You know, why? I mean, why not play music at a tolerable level for everyone?
Yeah,
Mhm.
they had people bringing. They had I think probably a business that brought their musical instruments and sharing and letting the kids play with them.
Yeah, and well,
Yeah,
bands are notorious. Live bands are notorious for, thinking that they have to play their music at ear-splitting volume.
yeah, they were playing their drums from another country.
Yeah, but they don't have to play it at an ear-splitting volume.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense.
So basically, we just went to go see my mom, say hi to her, and then we headed back to the church. And we went. I took him a different path to get him away from that loud music, and I got stared at by a bunch of people that I didn't even know,
Wow.
and I felt
Yeah, I
awkward.
know that's uncomfortable too.
Oh yeah.
Clarissa says, I'm Clarissa from Belize in Central America. Well, hello and welcome. We don't really have a center
Clarissa.
where they evaluate for a spectrum, but I have a 9-year-old son who I know is on the autism spectrum. Is an autism child because I have been doing my research from he was 2 months old, but his dad left when he was 2 years old, and he didn't accept he has autism up today, but our relationship was already over. Okay. But I have a great support with now my son's stepdad for now 5 years. Well, that's good. And have support from family and my now partner family. And even though we don't have much supportive from Autism Belize, they do make it know out to the country and try to educate everyone the acceptance and knowledge of autism. I am now 7 months pregnant with another little boy. Well, congratulations. And my son is loving and he goes to school and he has two amazing teachers where he goes to school. We we are getting there. I'm afraid he gets older indeed. Okay.
Okay.
Well, congratulations. And it's good that he has a step parent that is willing to take him on. Now, is there anybody who has that step parent that you got married and the situation, you explained the situation to your fiance at the time and they were willing to accept and then all of a sudden didn't accept? Is there any situations like that? Julie says, I use respite care and other local resources to help care for my youngest who has more challenging behaviors. Okay. So what challenges, that was the other questions. What challenges do you guys face on a daily basis raising a child on a spectrum? And once again, Linda, take over. I'll be right back. I gotta get it now.
Okay. And choose respite.
Yeah, that's good when that's available.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially single parents. It's we have it for Emily, but yeah, for single parents, it's most definitely necessary.
Ali, this is a discussion, an autism live discussion we have every week. This time the focus is on raising an autistic child as a single parent. That's what the focus is on, but whatever concerns you have, we're certainly open to.
Yeah. So then Beth says his parents definitely know he has autism. My daughter is in an in-home ABA therapist. So sometimes she brings the ABA aspect into it, and I have learned different things that work. He does ABA 7 hours a day, 5 days a week, year round. He needs a break.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's a
so he
lot.
does that in place of school, I'm assuming.
He must, huh?
Because that's a lot.
Like it.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
I know at my church we have some family members that have kids that have autism that go to our church. That our church is very supportive with the autism.
Well, it's good you have
community.
a community at church that is accepting of your loved one. So anyone want to share some challenges? Hello, what is, oh, you already answered that, Mr.
Yeah.
Church. Yeah, okay. Sean was at the appointment for the specialist when Alice first got diagnosed. The diagnosis, but he has just faded out. Wow. Sometimes things work out for the best, even though it hurts. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because you don't want to force somebody to be there who doesn't want to be there.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's not gonna exactly. Yeah.
I don't force my son to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I let him make his own decision if he wants to go to the store or what.
No, I mean with the other parent. With the
Oh.
other parent, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to force the other parent to be in your child's life, if they don't want to be.
And I would think that resentment would build up
Yeah.
there.
Julie says he don't believe it. He compares my youngest to my oldest and says they are nothing alike. Shaking my head. One needs tons of support, the other don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it says they're nothing alike, but then he doesn't get the implication of that.
Alice has some self-injurious behaviors with hitting self when she cannot communicate. Personally, I do not think Alice's dad could handle these situations. Alice is 6 and will turn 7 this month. Yeah. So, is there anyone who does co-parent where you do most of the parenting? No, Pam mentioned that her husband, worked all the time, so he doesn't know. Even in my case, even though DeAndre's dad does, care for him and great co-parenting, but I'm doing most of the parenting when it comes to the medical and therapies, and I wouldn't have it any other way because I guess I don't trust him.
That's when you ask questions. Okay, what did they say? Okay, what did the therapist say? I don't know. You got to call
I
him.
don't know. He said something. I'll do it myself next time. Twins Company, hello. So tonight's topic is doing it alone.
Twins and Company.
Twins and Company, we're talking about doing it alone, raising an autistic child by yourself or co-parenting with another co-parent. One of the hard things for me now is if we have to be in a public place, I get looks if I have to take him into the restroom. Yeah. I try to avoid those situations, and thankfully I haven't been in many, except for one time where DeAndre had to use the restroom and there was no family restroom. So I had to take them into the women's restroom with me. But what I did do was I went into the restroom first and I made an announcement. I made sure, if anyone was in there, allowed them time to come out because I'm bringing this guy, this grown ass guy, but they don't know. It could have probably scared him. What is he coming in here for? But yeah, and then you get looks when you're coming out of the bathroom, you
Mhm.
know, but I can't trust him to go into the bathroom by himself and, use, and then there's a public restroom. You want to make sure everything is okay and make
Mhm.
sure he washes his hands and all of that good stuff. So, yeah, that is a challenge. Lisa says it's hard for us at times, but my daughter Carrie is a nurse. She does have the same work schedule as Alice's school schedule, meaning she can be off on snow days, holidays. Well, that's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Pam says I finally got a worker back. Awesome.
Oh, that's good.
Nice. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
What does Ralph think about the worker?
Yes.
Beth
Lisa,
said yes. What did she say yes to?
maybe agreeing with the bathroom. I don't know. I think. Um, Lisa says, I think keeping the energy up for all three of us, me, Casey, and definitely Carrie, that is a challenge. Okay. I have to pull this one up on, give me a second. Linda,
Do you
you
want
want
me
to
to
read
read?
through that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will. I have the two twin boys. I'm trying to get their mom to be able to cope with their skills is a total in as a total, I guess. So I try to help her in every way as possible, even though Easter sills. Oh, I guess even through Easter sills. All the boys want is their mom to be able to relate to them and deal with their situation. Again, I'm just godmama. I've had them since day 1.5, and
Chilling.
they're chilling. Oh, and they're chilling. That is my problem that I'm having. I don't ask much from her. All I want is time. It's a it's okay. All I want is time. It's a learn her boys. Paul. Paul. I think it says Paul. Let me see. Is smart. He's
High
intelligent,
intelligent.
but yes. Okay, high intelligence, but yes, they do. And then that's where it leaves off. Nita.
It won't pull up on here for some reason. I hate, I hate this. I'm still looking.
And the problem, these long comments,
Yeah.
that exceed the length you can display.
Yeah, that won't, I can't get it because it keeps going.
It just shows the same thing on the comments.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that was no, because she had an H, so it's something
Yeah,
more.
there's an H with the dots. Yeah.
Yeah. There's part of it seems to have got dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
After the yes, they do, then the rest of it got
Let me see if
dropped.
I can pull it up over here. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then she has here, I see, I'm sorry. What I was trying to see if I had two twin boys and all they want is their mom, it's very hard, complicated to get her to understand what we need from her because she's the missing piece to the puzzle. We struggle every day, but Lord knows I'm never going to give up. Awesome. Awesome. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's wonderful. You're not giving up.
Yeah.
Definitely. Once again, I'm gonna put the link. Oh, Sam's in here. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
I say,
Hello. How are you
Hi.
guys?
Did you want to add to doing it alone?
Yeah, and I saw we were talking about, and I heard some comments, about people concerned as our kids are growing into teenagers and some of the struggles that some parents may face.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know my kids are all teenagers now. I have two 14-year-olds and a 17-year-old.
Okay.
And I really, especially with my oldest one, we went through a lot of physical where I had bruises going from my arm all the way down my back. And he was in and out of the hospital because he had a lot of mental health pieces that I didn't really quite understand that went along with autism.
Okay.
So it was a big struggle getting him to where he needed to be, the right school, the right placement, making sure the IEP fell in line with everything he needed.
Okay.
And I don't think always that the schools are so supportive of all of those because they automatically say, okay, well, your child may have autism, but we want to put them in an ED unit because they're showing these behaviors. And that's not always necessarily fair to the child.
True. Mm-hmm.
So we face a lot of it. My daughter, she has a lot of mental health psychosis, 14 years old, still has imaginary friends. We kind of chuckle at the one because it's Justin Bieber, but we let her have it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is those things that's going to stay with them lifelong.
Yes. Yes.
And for our communities, they kind of unfortunately need to fall in line because this is the way the world is. That's
Yes.
not going to change. And every child is so different and has their needs. It irritates me when, our community can't deal with that because it's just ridiculous because they're great kids.
Yes. And that's one of the reasons that autism needs to stay in conversations. We need to continue to talk about it, and not push it under the rug because it's here to stay. And it's a
Oh,
part of.
I
Mhm.
wouldn't change my life for the world. It's just some days you may want to pull your hair out, some days you might
Oh,
want to
yeah.
scream. You might
Yes.
even need a good cry and a nice glass of wine, but
Right. Right. So, Sam, you face these challenges. So what do you have a plan for the future? As your children get older, do you expect, do you know what you're going to do?
well, I know with my boys as they're getting older, because my kids are also on the spectrum, but they also fall under the intellectual disability as well. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of backing by the Board of Disability, and I
Okay.
have them all on waivers.
Okay.
So when they do want to move out, it may be an apartment style where there's still aides there, still able to work, still able to have transportation.
Hmm.
My daughter, I'm not so sure about that. She might just have to stay with me.
Okay.
So, how old is your daughter? You said the 17 and two 14s.
Two
What is your
14 and
daughter?
one 17.
Yeah, which one is your daughter?
The 14-year-old.
She's one of the, so the 14-year-olds are fraternal twins then.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, a boy and a girl. Okay, I got it. And the 17-year-old boy. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was married to an identical twin for 13 years. So, I know something about twins, but
Okay. Let's see. Uh, Ali Torres. Did I say that right? Al.
Le Torres Sepúlveda.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I have both my children on the spectrum, one high functioning, my boy low functioning, nonverbal. My son goes to school and has ABA 2 hours a day after school, but I'm overwhelmed. Okay. And it's hard to go out because he doesn't like a lot of things, and he yells when he is excited very loud. We always get stares, but I have learned to not care if my baby is happy. Let him be. Yes, let him be.
Yeah.
So that's a challenge, especially when your child is going through things like that. And so what do you do? Um, can anyone offer some suggestions? What do you do in situations like that? Where do you reach out to? Who who do you reach out to support you when you don't have or don't know where to turn? Mr. Charles?
Yeah,
You
and
got there?
yeah, I mean, I hear all this. I took it as, you're talking to the parents, and if one of the things that resources I suggest is the local autism society, because they know what resources are available locally, and they may know some things. Like, just an example, if you're having problems dealing with the schools, maybe there's one member of the school board who has an autistic grandchild, and the local autism society knows that, and so you escalate things to the school board, make sure that member of the school board understands what you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing the official, that the one official when everybody else is roadblocking, and the one that's going to understand you.
Yeah. So Sam, do you receive services like respite? Do you get a break?
Yes, I receive respite every other weekend.
Okay. Okay.
And
And
it's with an agency that I've been working with them for about 5 years.
okay, good. And that's
Super good.
okay. Okay.
I think the only time I get away from my son is on the weekends when my brother doesn't have to work, and I just leave him with my brother, and then I go do what I want to do.
Okay, good.
That me time.
Yep, me time. You have to have that me time.
Where you
Definitely.
breathe in and then breathe out,
Mhm.
and then you come home and get back to your child.
So, say that name again, Mr. Charles Ali Al.
Ale Torres Sepulveda.
So, do you have respite care? I see you say ABA 2 hours a day after school. Have you looked into respite care? Have you looked into any of your local autism organizations that can help? Because, yeah, being overwhelmed is not good. That means you need a break, you know. Um, about his ABA. He's been 5 days a week, 7 hours from 3 years old. They may try next year to get him into public school, but he will definitely need an aide full time in the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
Julie says, my child elopes, going places is very difficult. He runs off constantly.
Oh yeah, that is a major issue, and have a child that runs off and has no sense of danger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now that's one of my. Well, DeAndre doesn't run off, and he won't go anywhere by himself, but he does not have a sense of danger at all. And I've tried and tried. He's tried through ABA. Look up when you cross the street, and he'll put his head right back down and continue to walk. So that's one of my fears, is him being outdoors, by himself and taking a walk or something. No sense of danger.
Yeah, I remember, my parents drilled it into me about that, and I would constantly give my safety advice. And of course, my mom, who was a former English teacher, was horrified. I would say, better not run across the street or you'll get ran over. And she would
Rand.
correct me. I would insist that it was ran over.
Twins and Company says my twins are total opposite. They're not in the light one like the social. They're not in the light one like the social one doesn't like to. They're not in the light one.
Yeah, they're opposite of each other. Well, of course, one's a boy, one's a girl too. That can have a lot to do with it. Yeah.
It looks like maybe one likes to socialize, the other one doesn't.
Okay, maybe that's what that meant. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. And
Hey,
Lori.
Lori.
Hey.
Sometimes with these mangled, these garbled expressions too, it's that people use their microphone and they dictate it, and it comes out garbled.
Julie says, I do almost all the parenting, but my husband does help get him to bed. And if I can't drop him off at ABA, he does that. But the rest is on me. We do a lot of exposure therapy to be able to function out in the world and not have constant meltdowns. Okay.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. I just joined. It's been a while, but my daughter was hurting herself. I looked for professional help. So far, my husband has learned and is very active when she feels she wants to hurt herself. And I have now help from him, even though he also works. Well, it's good you have help. That's awesome.
That's good, Denise. You have a good night too.
Yes.
And I remember when my son was little, he would elope from the house, and I had to start finding those little backpacks that have the strap to it, just to put on my wrist for him not to run off in, because he wasn't afraid of danger.
Mm-hmm.
He would follow the other kids and just follow them down the street.
Oh yeah, no sense of danger. Just running after things they want.
Yeah, but right, like riding a bike or playing on the jungle gyms and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Emily,
Lori says,
okay.
Go ahead. Who was that?
That was me. Emily did that second grade. She she left school, I think, 3 times. She went through the gate. The gate was open enough but locked that she could fit through. She squeezed through and she went and played at the park. But she did it 3 times. So the third time, what happened was I ended up waiting at the park to see at recess time if she was going to come through, and she did. But that's the kind of things our kids do. You know, they see water, or they see a park, or they see, you know, something, and if it's on the other side of the street, you know, there's the lack of danger, you know, understanding danger.
Oh yeah, he did.
No sense of danger.
Mm-hmm.
My son did that in kindergarten. He eloped from kindergarten twice, and they had me scared when they called me and let me know that your son escaped from school. I'm like, where is he? Did he get kidnapped? What? Oh, I was terrified.
Yeah.
My mom and I were down that school second time, twice.
Oh wow, yeah, that's scary.
It is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I am raising my son by myself. My son is going through puberty, and it's been hard. I know nothing about male puberty.
You read up on it. You know, read books about it, books about what to expect. You know, there's a lot have been written, you know, about you know, kids developing and what to expect. So, you know, that's one resource that I would recommend. You know, read up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Lori, I'm going through the same thing, Lori. I'm going through the same thing with my son. Hitting puberty.
Get those alpha male types of things. I've been lucky.
12 years old, and he's already hitting it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
they're going to go through some phases. They are going to go through.
Especially when the voice changes.
Oh, yeah. They're going to go through some phases. DeAndre, I think he came at me once. He didn't hit me, but he, you know, and I had to, wait a minute. I had to raise my voice. I had to use Dad's voice. Wait a minute. So I wasn't playing.
Yeah, I
No,
was
we're
gonna say,
not gonna do that.
he was shocked to hear that from you, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do that. What? No. But luckily he hasn't tried it again. I'm hoping that was that was this little phase. But it scared me because he was he's getting older, he's strong, and it's like, wait a minute, what are you doing? And it was
Yeah.
because I told him no. So, and that was something he didn't want to hear. So, yeah.
Oh, my son doesn't like the word no either, and he
Hmm.
stands 5'2" already.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. DeAndre's over me. He's like almost 5'6". I mean, he's still short, but I'm only like 5'1 1/4". So, you know. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's around 165 centimeters,
Oh,
and
here go
uh,
Mr.
uh,
Charleston's numbers.
around 170 centimeters.
Okay, we are down to our last few minutes. I'm gonna try to read through some of these, but if you'd like to come up and share something, if you have a business or you have some resources for the parents, you like to share, please join us up on the panel. If you just want to say something inspirational, motivational, any last words, come on up and join us. I just put the link in the chat. Feel free. Twins Company says, I'm sorry, but we read that one, right? Not going to give up. Yeah. Lisa says, truthfully, when you have special needs child, it is constant working with them, whether in home or out in the community. The stores, the whispers, the wipers went out in the community, constantly wondering, am I doing enough? Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I think that was
Matt
whispers.
whispers
And the
there.
stairs, yeah.
Mhm. Can anyone see my comments? Yes, we can. It takes a minute, Lori, because we're going down the list, but we can see them. Yeah. Hey everyone. Hey Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
We love Ralphie too,
Hey.
and you, Pammy.
Hi,
So
Pam.
sending big hugs to both of you.
Hope things get better.
Yeah, I do too. We have talked about having a tiny house setting on our property in the future, possibly for out. Oh, that's nice. I seen something somewhere on I don't know whether it was TikTok. Y'all know I be all over the place. Or Instagram, where the brother, the parents built the son. He was on the spectrum. A house in the back, so he had his own space.
I think I
But
seen that. And he was
yeah,
cooking and things
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah, it was really his own space. Yeah. That was
right.
really neat.
So, and they're right there to make sure everything's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it is.
I continue to the fight to ensure Alice gets as much support and help to get her where she will be as independent as possible. Yes.
Yeah.
Lori says, I don't get a break at all. Oh, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
that's too bad.
Have you looked into respite? Short for Alejandra, right?
Alejandra. Yeah.
Alejandra. Yes, but I don't get it because I trust no one. Oh, you don't respite. Okay. With my child, he is 7 and I'm still in diapers. So someone will have to change him and I just can't. Okay. Sometimes though, Al, sometimes we have to, you know, although we don't want to, sometimes we have to let go a little bit so we can get, that time. And I understand exactly where you're coming from. You don't trust anyone. So that's where your research has to come in. Talk to people, talk to other parents. But you got to get some time for yourself so you won't get that overwhelmed feeling all the
Yeah.
time. You
Oh yeah,
know?
I was
You
I
know
was like, I
the
was like that with my son when he
Mhm.
was little, and I did martial arts at the time, and I would take him, and I didn't want to put him in daycare or anything. I didn't want to trust anybody with him, especially with his autism, his deafness, and
Mhm.
all that. And I couldn't until I was like, you know what? I have a friend that owns a daycare. I'll I had to go visit her daycare center just to be on the safe side for me,
Yeah.
to make sure he's going to be safe
Oh, definitely. I
and
encourage
all
parents,
that.
especially if your child is leaving home, going
Mm.
yes.
into another environment, make sure,
Mm-hmm.
you are in there
Oh
and
yeah,
Yeah,
you are
for
showing
sure. Yeah.
call,
face.
call her
Um.
every 5 to every 2 to 5 minutes. I would call her to see how he's doing, just to make sure my son was doing okay.
Yeah.
Another
Lisa.
thing that she
Oh,
can
go ahead.
consider. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Another thing she can consider is if she is interested in respite, um, to have the respite in the house while she's in the house. She goes to her room, she goes take a bath, but and if diaper change comes up, she can take care of that, and then the diaper change won't have to be necessary by the worker. But to still be able to get your time even though
Yeah.
he might be in the next room.
Yeah. That's a great suggestion, especially when you have those trust issues. Have them
Yeah.
come to you. At
Mm-hmm.
least
And it's
you're in the house, in a
you can
room.
hear. Yep.
Hmm. Hmm. Great idea. Um, Thank goodness the Lord knew Alice was going to need a grandmother who worked for a Title 19 waiver for 20 years. I feel I was meant to be her grandmother. Oh. As
Oh.
soon as I saw signs, we got birth to 3 and pediatric physician to refer to a specialist. Once diagnosed, we got a hold of the waiver program. Research resources within the local community. Yes, yes. One of my issues is I'm the only one who's ever kept my grandson and his sister overnight or for weekends. Other grandparents don't. But my daughter makes me feel guilty if I say I'm just too tired. Oh.
Oh.
After having my grandson every morning before taking him to ABA and driving every day over 2 hours to do so, I feel bad, but I do get tired, and you need your rest. You
Mm-hmm.
need your rest.
Yeah.
And
What do you
you have
think?
to remember being a grandparent, Beth, it's okay. It's okay to say no. You know, if you're tired, you're tired. You need that one time to yourself.
Yeah, and they
Go
need to
ahead,
work out
Charles.
a compromise on that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Thank you.
I understand and know the feeling. I just put you forward. Bless you. Yes. Have a great evening, everyone. I will talk to you soon. Okay, Pammy.
Bye, Pam.
Okay, everyone. Last call. If you want to come up, we're going to end tonight's live. Thank you, everyone
Thank
who
you.
uh, came. Great discussion. Next weekend, we will talk about cures and um, recovering from autism. We'll have that as our focus. Hey, Danielle, have a great week, everyone. Self care.
Okay.
Uh, hey, and the brisk walk.
Yeah.
Brisk autumn walk. Look at that. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
talk about cures and recovery, but I gotta say, I'm 77 years old. I ain't never recovered from autism, nor have I been cured of it.
well, Mr. Charles, there are people out there that
Mm-hmm.
really believe that can happen.
So,
I
Yeah,
So,
regardless of what side you're on,
want to be
that's
cured.
the topic next week. And
yeah,
come and share
regardless.
your point and your opinions.
Yep. So make sure if you want to talk about it, come on and talk about it. We're gonna have an adult conversation, discussion of the why. Why do you feel that way, and all of that good stuff.
hi
Hey,
Tara.
Sarah. Elopement is the scariest challenge, I think. Yes, I can imagine that could be really scary.
It is.
Hmm.
that has to be one of the scariest things, maybe the scariest thing for an autism parent to deal with, this elopement.
Mm-hmm. Melissa said I had to put alarms on my door so my son wouldn't go outside without me. Yeah, that's a good idea. So if you're having those issues, make sure you have everything in place to keep your child safe. You know, the locks, the cameras, um, anything to keep them safe.
I think yesterday I was so scared yesterday when we were making pies at my church and I went to go look and my son wasn't there at the chair at the table where he sits at and he was gone. I was searching my whole church
Oh,
and outside, and that's when I went to the bathroom and asked him if he was in there. He was in the bathroom, using
oh.
the restroom, and it
Mm-hmm.
scared the daylights out of me.
Twins and Company says, I know them twins don't like the word no, but what I try saying is not at this moment. Yeah. Because if I do it that way, less triggers, less tantrums. Good idea. Good idea. Julie says, just want to say you are all so wonderful and supportive. And I'm very thankful for these live streams. It helps knowing others share the same struggles. Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you for joining us. And that's what it's all about. Learn, share, and support one another. Thanks for having me this evening. Always enjoy being here. Thank you, Sam. Please join us again up on the panel. We love to have you. Charlotte, sorry I'm late. Hello, hello. We are about to end, but I hope you can join us next weekend. And there's Tanya. Hey, Tanya. Hope everyone had a good night's rest and our autism loved ones continue to learn and improve. Yes.
Hi, Tanya.
Yes. Yes. Uh-oh. Where did I go? Oh yeah, it is time change, isn't it?
Yes.
It's supposed to say, oh, okay. I was sitting there figuring out, what am I saying?
Autism, brisk autism walk. I wondered.
Autumn walk, yeah. Self-care is really important. Yes, it is. So I understand. I went back up to Michigan, the University of Michigan, because their game with Purdue. So, we helped out in the concession stands, which is wonderful. Yesterday, and I was so tired because it was an evening game. The game didn't start till almost 8 o'clock, so y'all know I was out of it. Yeah, when you get sleepy. Me too, and it's still early. This time change has already affected my mode. Yes.
Well, I have to let you guys go. I got to go make dinner and go feed my dog.
Okay, we're getting ready to get out of here too. So thank you, Teresa, as always. Thank you, and have a great night.
You too, you guys.
Thank you, Lisa. You have a great week.
You too.
Love y'all. Love you too, twins. And okay, on that note, everybody, Anita, that would have been looking, they would have been looking for me under the
Oh, wow.
Believe me, I wanted to get up under there. So everybody, same place, same time next weekend. Cures and recovering autism from autism. Let's talk about it next weekend, Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you for the great discussion this evening. I appreciate each and every one of you. Any last words, Mr. Charles?
Just everybody have a great week. Hope that tonight's session has helped some of the single parents in the group to appreciate some options they have.
Okay, Linda.
Same thing. Everybody have a great week. Hopefully everyone adapts to this time change well. Be sure to still get our rest because it's going to hit us a little harder now. So be sure to get our rest because we need every drop of energy that we can get.
Yes, definitely. All right, Michigan. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, Sam. Okay, you guys. Till next time, next week. See you guys later. I
Have a great
appreciate
week.
each and every one of y'all.
Have a great
All right.
week,
Good
everyone.
night, everyone.
Good night.